Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is going to be about finding motivation to change some things in 2024 and just kind of how to go about it and what I will personally do to change certain habits of mine and how maybe you can do the same. So let's get into it. It's super gray outside where I am. I'm in Berlin and it's just, we're at this point in the year where it just gets really depressing when you look outside. Everything is gray, 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 gray. So I'm focusing on the inside and things that I want to accomplish next year and what I want to change about my life. So let's get into it. I personally will make myself a coffee very quickly, so if you want to pause and get yourself a drink as well, do that, and then let's get into it. Okay. So this year I told myself that I would already start implementing habits that I want to have in 2024 in December of 2023, just because there is less pressure. It's kind of like a trial and error. So the first thing that you always have to do is write everything down. I think that this is pretty self-explanatory. Just write down your goals, things that you want to change. Imagine what exactly you want and miss in your life right now. Something that I told myself was I'm not going to make excuses, and I'm very good at making excuses. I think we're all really good at making excuses and being like, I can't do this right now because I don't have the money for it, because I don't have the space. There are so many things, so many reasons we can't tell ourselves as to why we can't make certain things happen, and I think most of the time they're not 100% true. Like, yes, maybe you don't have the money right now, but you can find a cheaper alternative. Something that just feels very inspiring to me is also resetting and refreshing before the new year. So decluttering, getting rid of certain things, just kind of freshen up everything, every section of your life before you enter the new year, so that in the new year you already did all of this like 2023 stuff. You have it done. You don't have to think about it anymore. And now you can just focus on 2024 and your goals. So let's get into all the things that I wrote down. I think 90% of those things are probably goals and habits that a lot of people want to implement, so you will probably resonate with them, and then a couple of them are very personal and you will probably also have some very personal ones. Kind of categorize them into 3 sections, although they are intertwined, but I have physical, mental, and lifestyle. I'm going to start with lifestyle just because it inspires me to now get rid of certain things, clean, just kind of get the old 2023 energy slowly out of the door. The first thing that I have written down is declutter. And I don't think that I am a very maximalist person. I think Julio and I, my boyfriend and I, we live together and we both don't have that much stuff to compare to other people, but comparing myself to other people doesn't really serve me. I need to look at my life and what helps me and what makes me feel good. And right now I have too much stuff that's just laying around, collecting dust, and that I don't use. A bunch of those things are clothes. Here's what you do, and what I did recently. Look at old pictures. Go through pictures of the past 5 years of yourself. It can be on vacation, it can be candid photos, it can be anything. Like, just go through your past 5 years and look at old pictures of yourself. You will realize very, very quickly what looks good on your body type and what doesn't, what colors suit you and what don't. Like, you will figure it out really, really quickly because you've been there already. I don't want to declutter in a way where I give away a bunch of stuff and then I buy a bunch of stuff new. No, I want to declutter sustainably, you know? So I have a bunch of clothes that I love. I love the pattern, I love the color. The only thing is the cut. Maybe it's a little too long, maybe it's a little too broad. Like, all of those small things, those are things that you can alter, and that's what I'm going to do with a bunch of my clothes that I love but that have to be altered in order to flatter me. Also, you don't have to follow every trend. I often catch myself in the beginning of a trend hating it, thinking it's ugly. Why would I wear this? And then the more often I see people wear it, and those people are beautiful and those people have style, the more my brain adjusted, and at some point I'm like, I need this, I want this, but it wasn't my style in the first place. So stick to those gut feelings. You don't need to follow every trend. There are trends that look good on you and there are trends that don't. A bunch of those things are DIY stuff because I'm a painter, I'm a costume and stage designer, I have so much DIY stuff. Although I feel like I'm not going to declutter a lot of those because there are still things that I can use, I do have to organize them. A huge, like, I feel like a whole department in my head is our basement. Our basement is a mess because we stuff anything in there that we don't want upstairs. So going through that basement is going to be a huge section of the decluttering. Next point is clean and decorate. So with that I mean cleaning, self-explanatory. I just want to give everything a deep clean and make it feel and smell fresh and clean and good. And with decorate I mean this apartment is pretty minimalistic. Something that I miss a lot since I'm an artist is more art. I want more art above me. Like there's a picture here that I painted and then there's a costume design of mine, but I want to paint more. I want to collect old frames with character. And this kind of goes into this is draw and paint every day. Now this might be personal, maybe for you it's something else, maybe it's practicing a certain instrument, maybe it's calling a friend more often or something like that. But for me, it's definitely drawing and painting. I love painting, but somehow in the midst of projects and filming and having a side job and visiting family and all of that, I kind of lose track of just sketching every single day. And the thing is with sketching, yes, you can get better with practice, but you can also get worse with no practice. And that's definitely the case for me. When I look back at sketches from like a year ago, they were a lot better than my sketches now. So I really have to get back into drawing, sketching, painting every single day. And it doesn't matter what it is, it's about practicing. So this is a huge thing for me, kind of like journaling for a lot of people. For me, it's going to be drawing, sketching, painting. Next thing, and this kind of goes into the decluttering aspect, is unsubscribe and unfollow. So decluttering not only physically, but also digitally and mentally. So are you following a bunch of people on Instagram that just make you feel insecure, that post things that are of no substance, that don't add anything to your life? If anything, they take something from your life. If that's the case, go through all of your followings and just unfollow. When I go on Instagram, what I want to see is inspiring stuff. So artists, good recipes, someone that is talking about wellness or like mental health or something of substance. Next up, and this kind of falls into the digital world, is get inspired by artists, style, makeup, behavior, art, all of this. And by that I mean unfollow people that don't add anything to your life and follow people that make you feel motivated, understood, at home, inspired. That's the great side of the internet, right? That you can get inspired and learn from people that are not in your area. And that is what I want to use more, and I want to use less of the negativity, less of the getting sucked in and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and doing more of the getting inspired. The second section that I want to get into is mental, and I think this is a huge section, a huge category for me. It has been a huge category for me this past year, and I think this past year I've been really focused on my mental health. I've been learning to rest, I've been learning to find balance between work and private life, between extremes. First thing that I wrote down was deinstall TikTok or Insta when you feel like it's taking over your life. And I currently have Instagram and TikTok on my phone because right now I use TikTok for recipes, I used it to look up my haircut, like how to cut your hair at home, and that's it. And with Instagram, it's kind of the same. I use it to text some people. But if you find yourself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and just being on TikTok all of the time, watching stories and just it consuming your life and not adding anything to your life, and when you open TikTok because you've been at work the whole day and you are tired and exhausted and you feel like you want to relax, and you feel like that's relaxing you because it's kind of like switching off your brain, don't go on TikTok. So if you feel like that's you, deinstall TikTok right now. Deinstall Instagram, deinstall YouTube, whatever it is, deinstall it right now. You don't need to be spending so much time of your life on an app. Next thing is read instead of Netflix. And this is kind of something that I healed already and handled already last week because I was at my family's house. I didn't have any Netflix, I didn't take my laptop with me, so I was just reading at night, and that kind of made me break out of the habit of watching Netflix all of the time. Something to add to this point is as well, I want to watch more good movies that actually are inspiring, whether it be the visuals, the colors, the costumes, the set design, the acting, the storyline itself. Whatever it might be, I just want to watch more things that are actually inspiring. And then the next 2 points are kind of connected. So do one thing a day that makes you happy and do one thing a day that you kept putting off. I think this combination is really, really good because we all put off stuff. We procrastinate. All of us do in some capacity. I don't think that I have a huge issue with it. If I just make this rule, like doing one thing a day that I kept putting off, I will eventually get those things done. And then do one thing a day that makes you happy is just to have overall motivation throughout the day. I'm always so much more productive. I'm a nicer person when I have something to look forward to that I know will make me happy, such as a date or meeting friends. Next point is make filming and editing a priority because I want to grow my YouTube channel. I want to share more of my art on here and just step up the quality of my videos. I'm still learning that. That's a big goal of mine. Next point is use Insight Timer. Insight Timer is an app for meditation and I have it downloaded on my phone, but I haven't used it in probably 6 months or so. I'm not the best at meditating. I feel like my kind of meditation, my preferred form of meditation is going outside and being in nature. But since this is really difficult in Berlin, where I am, I have to learn how to meditate. Let's go over the last category, which is the physical glow up or the physical step up. And I feel like this is mostly what you see when you watch glow up videos, right? Because it's something that you instantly see, instantly feel. And it's great for like momentarily motivation. There are some goals on here that are long-term and there are some goals that are short-term. So the short-term goals are getting my nails done for New Year's and Christmas. I've been doing my own dip nails at home for the past couple of months, but I feel like for Christmas and New Year's, I just want to get my nails done. I want a nice design. I want them to last for the whole time because I'm not going to take all of my nail stuff with me to my family's house. And yeah, I just want to have a cute design. I'm going to do my pedicure at home though, so do my own toenails. Next thing is hair. Cutting. I already cut it. Don't really know how I feel about it yet, but I will grow into it. Also, I feel like when you cut your hair at home and you're not a hairstylist, the first couple of days it looks kind of like extreme, right? Because it's not as nicely flared out and everything. After a week or so, when I feel like the hair has thinned out a little bit in the ends and it's like maybe growing out a little bit, it often looks a lot better. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. But it looks kind of like a wolf cut, which I'm not mad about. So it's just a little bit something different. I just want to find a style that I can do once a week and that will last me for 5 days or so, because I wash my hair once a week, so that I can maintain its health but that it also looks good. That's also a great thing of starting this in December, because every week I can just try a different technique and see what works. Also, quick break. See how I'm doing like 90% of this stuff at home? It's because I don't have a lot of money right now. We don't meet a lot of our goals because we think we don't have enough money, we don't have enough time. But start somewhere. That is so much better and it's going to get you so much further than you think. It is better to start at home doing things like 50%, not 100%, but 50%, and then slowly stepping up to 100%, then doing 0% until you think you can do 100%, which will maybe never happen. The next point is 1 workout a day or my 10K steps. Now, there will be days where I will hit both, just naturally, but there will also be days where I won't. And so if I don't feel like doing any kind of workout, I will have to walk. The next point is half of my plate of every meal has to be vegetables or fruit. I'm not unhealthy, like I don't eat unhealthily, but I also have not been eating the healthiest. And since I'm dealing with an autoimmune condition, I need to step up my health. I need to just take better care of it, cut certain things out. I've not been eating gluten for the past 3 months, I think, and it's been pretty difficult, let me tell you, but I'm sticking to it. I also kind of want to cut out more refined sugars, but it's obviously difficult because Christmas time and sweets are everywhere, and I'm not going to miss out on the holiday experience, just a little bit less. And just overall eating a more anti-inflammatory diet, so lots of ginger, lots of garlic, lots of vegetables and fruit again, and just less processed food. Facial drainage massage, so like lymphatic drainage massage on my face, and face yoga. This is something pretty personal that you might not feel like you have to do that, but because of my autoimmune condition, I have such a puffy face and my eyes are like bulging out of my head. I think you can probably tell, unfortunately. So I feel like doing more like lymphatic drainage massages in my face and doing face yoga can improve that a little bit. Most of that stuff comes from the inside though, right? Like having good skin, my eyes improving, having a less of a puffy face comes from less inflammation inside of my body. So this is just like a little cherry on top of all of the internal work that I have to do. I have to take a bunch of supplements, eat a better diet. Doing a drainage massage in my face has definitely helped me feel better, and also I feel like it has improved a little bit in my eyes. Next thing that I just touched on is taking all of my supplements every single day. And then the last thing on this list is to get ready every day. As I said, this past year I've been working a lot on balance and my mental health in general, just kind of like letting loose and surrendering and not being so uptight with what I have to get done in a day and all of those thoughts. Because of my disease, I kind of was forced to just take a step back and be like, okay, I need to work on my balance, I need to work on my stress levels and all of those things, because those are all connected. I've been working on that and it has been great, but I've definitely been lacking discipline and self-care on the outside. So whenever I would stay at home and I knew I don't have to work today, I don't have to go anywhere today, I would just stay in my pajamas. And doing this once a week on like a Sunday is super fun, but if you do it every second day or so. And that was the last point on my list. Before closing out this video, I want to also encourage you to reflect on this past year. We often forget how much we did, where like all of the trips that we did, all of the people that we saw, all of the parties that we went to, all of the fun moments that we had, and all of the struggles that we overcame. We often forget them once they are kind of like done. But reflecting on the past year really helps you to set intentions for the next year. That's what I'm going to be doing right now, just kind of reflecting on this past year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it inspired you. I hope that you feel good after watching this video. First and foremost, none of those things should happen out of self-hate or self-criticism. It should happen out of self-love, right? Have a great end of the year and see you in the next one. Bye.